Now, on to week 5 of the NFL. We're kind of going to go a little preview or review of that. Slater, let's get your biggest takeaways. Who are the biggest winners of week 5? Was it a kind of weird one with Tuesday Night Football?
Yeah, it's a little tough, but I think you got to go with Seattle and Russell Wilson. You know, I mean, even though the Vikings blew it, but Seattle's 5-0. You know, you got the hottest QB right now in the NFL. DK Metcalf, that guy's been stepping up, freaking balls out every game. You know, he's showing glimpses of Calvin Johnson and Julio Jones. So
real weapons for this end of the field.
2nd and 8. Wilson fires, and then he's caught by Metcalf with a touchdown.
Man coverage.
Here they come again. Wilson hanging in the pocket. Wilson going deep downfield, and it's going to be caught by Metcalf. Wilson surveys, fires, and it is going to be caught by DK Metcalf for a touchdown.
I think it's the Seattle Seahawks. They got a lot of talent on that team. Defensively, they can get better, but they can make plays. You know, we saw that KJ Wright one-handed INT. That was pretty nasty.
Cook back in the game. Fake to him. Cousins throws, and that's going to be picked off. KJ Wright inside the.
And then another thing, week 5, I mean, just one play that I saw, it's kind of dumb, but it was just one play that I thought was just a great throw and a great catch. It was just like picture textbook perfect. It was Gardner Minshew. I think he threw it to Keenan Cole, number 84 on the Jaguars.
Yeah, Cole.
One of the best throws, like on an out route, like a back shoulder fade, kinda.
Minshew time, looking end zone. He's got a man, Cole in the corner. Did he get his feet in? Yes! Touchdown, Jacksonville.
And it was just a nice play. I don't know why I brought that up. But
Well, no, I mean, it was
just
like
one play.
one of the best plays, like biggest air plays too, week 5.
It was like 25 yards, but it was just like a laser
No, but had the
throw.
most air time.
Yeah, it was a nice throw. Minshew mania.
Yeah, man, the Jags are pretty good decent this year, you know, after getting rid of Fournette. I'm going to actually shout out another team in the same division. It's going to go to the Tennessee Titans. Vlad, big old shout out. You predicted they were going to be pretty decent. I know we made a bet with Kyler, but they're 4-0 right now. Ryan Tannehill had 4 touchdowns on Tuesday. He's looking great, so I wanted to shout you out. Hopefully, they kind of stumble and Kyler gets ahead, but we'll see. I want to shout out a loser actually now, and that's the Jets. They're winless, obviously. They just cut Le'Veon Bell, who just signed with the Chiefs, and on this year he has 79 yards on 19 carries. You know, a guy who was balling out with Pittsburgh, and this year he hasn't rushed. Since he joined the Jets, he has a 100 rushing yard game. He signed for $52 million last year, 4 years, and he got $27 million guaranteed, so he just laughing in the bank right now. He's got to get all that money, possibly a shot at the ring, so that was one of the biggest losers of week 5.
Yeah, good for Le'Veon. I mean, the Jets, I mean, no one, look at anyone's stats on the Jets. Like, who's had good stats on the Jets the past few years?
James Crowder.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, I mean, Darrelle Revis, like, that's the last guy as a defensive player, but yeah, I mean, good for Le'Veon Bell, and now he's got a shot to win a ring, but I could see him being somewhat explosive in that offense. Once he learns it, and once he kind of starts to utilize it, maybe later in the season in the playoffs, I feel like he could be really dangerous to have on your team.
Yeah, and then I want to shout out Justin Herbert, just balling out, just what he's been doing. I know he hasn't have a win yet under his belt, but what he's been doing lately is just kind of great. You know, we looked at the first touchdown of his 4-touchdown performance on Monday night, scrambles out of the pocket, no offensive line, shoots a dime to Keenan Allen, who actually went out back spasms. But after that, you know, you just look at what he's been doing as a rookie, and he's my favorite to win Rookie of the Year.
CeeDee Lamb, baby, still sticking.
Oh, yeah.
Even though Dak Prescott got hurt.
Oh, man.
Shout out Dak.
Yeah, shout out Dak.
That was nasty, man. That was a gruesome injury.
And then
the comeback's always better than the setback, though.
Oh, yep. Yeah, and he's already recovered.
Dropping quotes now, yeah.
Yeah, he had a shout out actually on Instagram/Twitter today saying he's doing kind of well. He's been rehabbing. Well, he's been taking the necessary steps to his rehabilitation. So we hope to see you back next year, Dak. You earn every dime of that contract you're about to sign. Now, Slater, on to week 6 of the NFL. It's crazy. We're almost, we're a quarter way, we were a quarter way. We're almost kind of halfway. Things are kind of heating up. There's still a lot of undefeated teams left, teams that have no wins. What is your biggest take? What is your biggest expectation going into this week? Crucial week in fantasy too, Akash.
For sure, crucial week in fantasy. You know, I feel like I can run the table. Other than that, my game of the week, I'll get into that in a second, but my biggest take, he's back. You know, Cam Newton, Super Cam, he's back with the Patriots, practicing. Stephon Gilmore's back, Defensive Player of the Year last year. Had to wait a whole week, 2 weeks almost, to watch my Pats play. Now we can finally play against Denver. Melvin Gordon, sorry man, call an Uber. Other than that, but
I know.
my game of the week, no, I'm just kidding, Melvin Gordon, I'm sorry, but
in fantasy this week.
yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
No, he's not gonna put the basement in fantasy. He's not gonna play.
Okay.
But did he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go ahead, sorry.
Well, my game of the week, easy for me. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Packers versus the
I knew
Buccaneers.
you were going to do that. Another Bucks game of the week. Go figure.
It was the Pats. I picked the Pats last time.
I know, exactly. Just go ahead,
Right.
go ahead.
Yeah, we got the Bucks, we got the Packers. You know, Packers are still undefeated. Tom Brady, you know, they're starting to look good. They're starting to get healthy. You know, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Leonard Fournette, they're starting to get a lot more healthy. Yeah, and let's just hope it's a shootout. Devontae Adams, hopefully he'll play. I think he's gonna play.
He's on track.
Yeah, so I think it'll be a great game. I think it's in Tampa Bay, so shoot, let's go. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers could be the last time we see this matchup, unless it's in the playoffs later down the line. But yeah, these are two greats going at it, and this could be the last time we see it, so tune in.
That is going to be one. My game of the week is going to be the Chiefs versus Bills. This is a big one for
Tuesday,
me.
or it's on Monday at 2
It's a Monday
p.m.
at 2 p.m. This is a big one for me because, you know, the last couple of years later, we've done the pretender contender. You know, I had my pretender contender who was a pretender was the Panthers 2 years ago. Last year was the Cowboys. Kind of turned out right. My biggest pretender question going to next segment, I'm gonna give you my take, but this is my question: can the Bills bounce back from their epic walloping from the Titans? They were undefeated. Now they face the Chiefs, another hot team. Can they actually show up and not put up 14 points? Can they actually keep pace with them?
16 points.
16 points. Can they keep up with the Chiefs? Which, who knows? But I'm going to say that this is my biggest game because this is going to show if the Bills can hang or not. I'm not labeling them a pretender or contender yet because they've been doing their thing. But this game will determine if I think they're pretender or contender or not. So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's not very, how do I put it? That's not freaking very motivating to go out on prime time when you're undefeated and just kind of get walloped by a team.
they started off well, but they looked like they were out of all sorts all night. Tennessee was having their way with them. Shout out Derrick Henry and Josh Norman. Come on.
Derrick Henry's a grown man. Don't want to mess with that guy.
You got any bold predictions for Week 6 slot?
No, I don't have any bold predictions for Week 6. I wish I did. I don't have one. I'm just really looking forward to the Pats playing again. Cam Newton being back. You know, Brian Hoyer, Jarrett Stidham. Almost, you know, we couldn't beat the Chiefs. So, yeah, let's just hope that no one gets COVID. Let's just get back to some football, and let's get me some dubs in my fantasy league.
Someone tested positive for the Falcons, so if you have any Falcons players, be careful of that. Todd Gurley. I'm going to say a bold prediction. Red Rifle, Andy Dalton on Monday Night Football getting a first start as a Dallas Cowboy. Obviously, he was the Bengals for a long time. Never really got over that playoff win hump. That's just the Bengals in general. I'm going to say he has 350 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, but in a loss, the Arizona Cardinals. Shout out Kyler Murray. Shout out the Cardinals and Cliff Kingsbury. They're going to bounce back very well after just walloping the Jets. And they should be undefeated. They shouldn't have lost to Detroit and the Panthers, but that's just how the game goes. They played better, but I'm going to say that's my bold prediction. Dalton's going to show that even when the Bengals left him, he's still capable of being the starter, and the Cowboys are really lucky to have actually signed him this offseason because of the Dak injury, and so they're really lucky they have a guy that can fit into this offense, and they're going to rely heavily on Zeke. That's a given.
100%.
But the fact that the Cardinals kind of struggled, they just lost Chandler Jones with the slot wide receivers, hence CeeDee Lamb, your Rookie of the Year. That he's going to eat up. I don't know how Gallup's going to do. We'll kind of see, but that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to say Red Rifle comes back to play.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad guy to have as your backup QB. You know, he's got experience. You know, he's got some...
Could be worse.
Yeah, he's got some division titles. He's known as somewhat of a leader at times, but yeah, it's not bad. And kind of going back to that Bills thing, I knew I had something to say, but I forgot. I think the Bills, I think what it really comes down to with that team is getting past the Patriots. You got to beat New England. You got to win those divisional games because like last year, it was like 1 or 2 games, 1 or 2 games behind, you know, where if you would have won, you know, you could have been the division leader and had a first round bye maybe. But I think those are the most important games for the Bills. Obviously this week's huge, but you got to beat the Pats. Not gonna happen though. You know, it's gonna be a repeat, you know, up in Foxborough. But yeah, you can try. But I'll be watching. We'll be watching.
All right, Slayer. Well, it's always a pleasure. Do you have any more takes? Anything else you want to kind of shout out?
Yeah, shout out Brian Ortega, fighting this Saturday against Korean Zombie. I met him actually up in LA at one of the Bellator events. Super cool guy. I want to wish him luck, and I hope he puts the non-crowd on their feet, but or at least at home. So you know, he's always an entertaining fighter, and definitely tune in. It's gonna be a good fight. So is Korean Zombie. They're both well balanced, and maybe we can make some money on some bets too. You know, you never know. Could be some good odds that night. So check it out, mybookie.com.
My shout goes to Carlsbad's own Joey Beltran, the executioner, bare knuckle. You know, bare knuckle fight 13. He held down his title, and it was brutal. I was digging every second out of it. You saw Brandon Glade in the background repping the C. You hear that Carlsbad, makes you want to get hyped right away, and that was something special. And I'm hyped that, you know, he's just kicking that booty all day long.
Yeah, and I mean Joey Beltran. I mean, this guy, he's fought in numerous organizations, you know, and he's one of those guys that's still there, still fighting some of the best guys. And in bare knuckle, he's the heavyweight champ. He's still fighting on big stages and winning big fights. So I think that says a lot about his career. You know, he's one of the very best fighters I think in the world when it comes to heavyweight fighters.
Of course.
Yeah, and it's awesome that he's from Carlsbad, and that, you know, we can rep him, and you know, he can represent us too. So shout out the Executioner, Joey Beltran.
Storm the castle. Well, Slater, it's always a pleasure to, you know, kind of get in touch with all our sports and all that. I know we're going to talk to Ryan a little bit about the Padres and kind of, you know, how their season kind of went after all those years of drought of playoffs. But they made the playoffs. They gave it their all. They lost the Dodgers. It's how it goes. We'll be back next year. If you haven't already tuned in or subscribed already, shout us out on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube, Primetime Action Sports. We're also on Instagram. You can follow Slater and I too, Slater Thomas 2, or Presley_Thomas. We're here for you. Give us your feedback. Tell us what you like about our show, what you don't like. If you want us to shout out or you want to come on and talk about your favorite team or player, we're here for you, because that's what we do. We post new content daily. Make sure to hit that alarm button on YouTube so you get all our notifications when we post new videos every week. Slater, it's been a pleasure, my brother. Until next time, Lakers, we champions. 17. We out.